Hi, my name is Sandy Carter and I'm IBM Social Business Evangelist, and I am here today with our next Social Business Coffee Break. And this one I think is very exciting because it came from your feedback. We crowdsourced what you thought would be some great topics, and this one I think is great because it's what are the 5 steps to getting started to becoming a social business. So thank you so much for the feedback, and since this was voted as one of the top items, let's get started. So the first thing you need to do in becoming a social business is really understanding what you're trying to accomplish. You don't want to be a social business for the sake of being a social business. So sitting down and understanding what your business goals are, what your objectives are, and how social can help you is an essential part of getting started. I believe very strongly in looking at use cases. Now, what is a use case? Well, today, if you're just getting started, you have the benefit of all those great experiences of all customers out there. So for instance, social learning. There are 4 or 5 things that you need to do if you want to use social to help you better educate your employees. Customer service. Again, there are 4 or 5 use cases on customer service that you can replicate. Figure out what's your focus. Is it customer service? Is it innovation? Is it education? What is your focus? What's your goal with social? And then look for some use cases to figure out your before and your after and what metrics that you're going to use. Don't get stuck in analysis mode. Go through that and make sure you're identifying everything directly and essentially. Second, once you do that, figure out who in your organization is already active in social channels. These will become what we call your brand advocates, your customer advocates, your brand army. Now, I know some companies don't like that term. In fact, I was just with a customer who said, oh yeah, none of my employees want to say, oh yeah, I'm a brand advocate. But whatever your term is, you still need to develop those people who are influencers. I consider these tippers. They are the 15% of your employees, the 15% of your customers who impact everybody else. Help them in your mission based on your goal, whether that's customer service or innovation or one of those use cases that we talked about earlier. Now the next step, the third step, is to, once you define that use case and who's going to be that brand advocate who helps you, your power sponsor group, those people are ground swelling up on it, the third step is really to identify a pilot group. And there are 2 theories today on pilots and social. One is that you do full function, you go down the organization. So I want to do customer service and I'm going to do it for one of my divisions or one of my countries or one of my regions. That's a pilot. And then you can roll out later across the enterprise. Another is you're going to take a couple of pieces of the use case, not everything, and you're going to roll it out horizontally across your enterprise and then later go deep with all the functions. Whichever way you decide to go, and there are pluses and minuses of each, identify that pilot area, how you're going to test this out. The 4th step, I think, is figure out a way to reward early adopters. I, in particular, love gamification, with badges or levels, maybe highlighting them inside of your company. I know several companies do wow moments and highlight those best achievers. Make them feel special and let others see that you're making them feel special, because that will help with your adoption regardless of your use case. And then finally, last but not least, make sure that you're building your business case up front, that you know what you're measuring, and that you can show people, this is my return on investment. Developing trust is a great thing. Developing a community is a great thing. But what is the real business impact? How do you move from, a lot of community members to being a leader, to producing business results? Your 5th step really has to impact that particular area. So there is a couple of sample plans that I'll also include in here, making sure that you have kind of some steps that you can follow as well. And I hope that this idea about implementing a funded, pervasive corporate change that scales beyond your early adopters really begins with that first step of looking at your business goals. My name is Sandy Carter, and this has been our Social Business Coffee Break. Thank you.